Rangers, I sense a disturbance in the morphing grid. A new Power Rangers game has emerged, Reader's Rewind, and it's far worse than anything we've faced before. Last time, you had to overcome one BS trophy, but I'm afraid this time, Rangers, there are 3 BS trophies that you would need to unlock. The BS is off the charts with these ones, Rangers.
Ay.
You'll have to use all of your gaming skills to overcome them, and I'm afraid it will not be easy.
Alright. It's morphin time!
Tyrannosaurus! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita'S Rewind is a decent side-scrolling beat-em-up in which you battle Robo Rita as she travels back to the past to team up with her younger self in a bid to defeat the Rangers once and for all. This is a mix of styles where you get to play as your favourite OG Rangers on foot, on their bikes and even in their Zords, and you even unlock the Green Ranger once you beat the game. Trophy wise, it's a fairly easy platinum, except for these 3 really annoying no damage trophies which require you to beat 3 end of level bosses without taking any damage, and if you do get hit just once during the fight, the trophy is voided and all you can do is pause, quit the level and then retry the stage all over again. Because there's no checkpoints just before the boss for you to restart and try it again. You have to go from the very beginning of the level, and this is perhaps the main annoyance you'll have when going for all 3 of these trophies, as having to replay through a 5-minute or so level just to get back to the boss again to try for this trophy, only to then get hit pretty much right away and fail it, can become really frustrating, and it will make you hate going for these trophies.
Oh my god!
So the first of these trophies I went for was the Disco Giblets trophy, and this one is perhaps the most annoying one of the bunch, as it sees you facing off against 2 bosses at the same time, though thankfully for this trophy, the only thing you'll have to avoid is the Turkey Jerk's laser attack, which sees him spinning around in the centre of the screen while firing out a red laser, so it's basically just a case of you timing your jumps to jump over the beams as they pass by you. The main problem though is that you'll first have to beat a long lift section of the level in order to get here, which has waves upon waves of different putty enemies for you to fight. And while you're going up the lift, it has 2 boxes that you can bring down to cause you to get some power-ups, and you'd think that you could save those power-ups for that fight for the boss fight, but for some reason they just disappear when you get to the top of the lift where the bosses are, and that honestly is just BS. They should be there so I can use them in the fight. So the Turkey Jerk's laser attack is pretty easy to dodge, at least the first time he does it, because all you need to do is just stand in a corner of the screen and just jump every time the laser spins round to you, as it doesn't go that fast and it's quite easy to time your jumps. But the best way to beat this fight without getting hit is to come up to the fight with your super move charged up, as you'll need to save it for when Turkey Jerk's health is around 30%, as you can then use your special move to finish him off without him doing his second laser attack, which is much faster and harder to jump over. Honestly, if you ever get to the point in the fight where he's doing that laser move for the second time, you can pretty much just kiss this trophy goodbye, because I doubt you'll be able to jump over all of the spinning lasers without getting hit, because the timing here is really awkward and I feel like it moves too quickly for you to be able to jump properly over them, so you will just fail here. You need to keep that super and just survive through the fight long enough, because you'll need to get up the lift without really taking much damage from all of those putties, so you have a pretty much full life bar, because as I said, there's 2 bosses here and the chicken guy will just be such an annoyance as he teleports around the environment just using his scissors to cut you constantly, so you'll definitely lose a fair amount of health. And when the Turkey Jerk does his charging moves, you can also see yourself losing large chunks of your health bar from those moves, because they can be really awkward to dodge too. So if you die, you'll lose your charged up super move, so you won't be able to use that, which will then result in you getting to that second laser phase of the fight, where you'll then just get hit anyway and void the trophy. So it's very much a tricky and annoying one to put up with everything and survive that initial climb up the lift fighting all the putties, and then to just avoid getting hit by these 2 bosses too much, so that you don't lose your super move or are forced to use it too early in the fight, so that you don't skip that second laser attack. So yeah, this one just wasn't enjoyable at all, and I had to replay it a bunch of times before I finally perfected the stage and got this trophy out of the way. Next up is the Surf's Up trophy, which you can unlock once you get to the Madame Woe boss fight, who is another villain from the first series, and after slapping her around a bit, she'll eventually do this wave attack move, and this is what's tied to the trophy, as you need to jump over all of these waves without ever getting hit by them. And honestly, that was easier said than done, because this was one of the more frustrating ones to try and go for, because it's really awkward to try and time your jumps to get over all of these waves, because you've kind of got to move forward and backwards with the waves as you jump over them to give you enough space to be able to clear all of them in a row without ever getting hit. So of course that meant me retrying this over and over again to get the hang of it, which meant I had to complete the whole stage about 4 or 5 times before I eventually got this annoying trophy. Thankfully though, with this one, if you go in with your special meter filled up, you can use it before she does her second wave attack, defeating her before she gets a chance to do it again, so you only have to dodge the first load of waves. Right, so that's the annoying and frustrating ones out of the way. The Green with Envy trophy is definitely the most tedious, because here you have to defeat the Green Ranger without ever getting hit.
Oh, hell no!
And a warning, you do not want to do this on normal or higher difficulty, because it turns the Green Ranger into this. He's way too aggressive on those difficulties, so you'll definitely want to play on easy, as it turns the Green Ranger from this beast of a machine into, well, a much easier to handle and less aggressive version of the Green Ranger. So definitely play this trophy and all the other trophies on easy difficulty to have a much better time at unlocking these 3 annoying trophies. So let's have a look at this Green Ranger fight. The trick to this fight is to do this single jumping kick move and then a roll of A twice to dodge him every single time. This is all you'll need to do with this fight to just slowly whittle away his health. Just keep repeating this move over and over again to be able to attack him and then dodge out the way without him ever hitting you. And trust me, it will take you a while and it is really, really boring. But luckily, the only thing you have to avoid in this fight is the Green Ranger's actual attacks. If he uses his Dragon Sword move on you, you don't need to worry about getting hit by that, because that doesn't void the trophy. So once you whittle him down to just under half health, you can use your special and get the trophy, or at least I thought I was going to get the trophy, but when I first did it, after spending about 5 minutes doing this method, I came up with no trophy at all. And well, that was because pretty much right at the start of the fight, I didn't notice that he was hitting me. Even though he hit me 3 or 4 times, it was so quick, and I didn't realise it happened because the health bar didn't even go down. So, of course, that meant I had to retry this whole level again to try and do this trophy once more. And yeah, that was really annoying. And a tip to refill your meter, press triangle when you're standing still, and you'll do a pose that refills your meter. So that's a nice way to fill it up if you haven't got any enemies left. So yeah, I went back in and I did the same thing again and again, doing that move to dodge him, and eventually I unlocked this really, really annoying trophy, Green with Envy. And that's it. That's all the 3 annoying trophies in Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, and all 3 of them combined deserve a BS trophy rating of